I'll call a meeting to order for the County Board Supervisors. As usual, we'll start with a moment of silent meditation and then the Pledge of Allegiance. And please remember our first responders. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 3, public comment. Is there anyone in the back that would like to speak? Okay, seeing none, then we will keep moving along. Item number 4, motion deviate. Motion by Randy Young, seconded by Kimberly Leffel. Do this by acclamation then. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Since we can deviate now, I'm going to have to deviate because the judge isn't down here yet to swear our new member in. So I will go down to number 6, to the chairman's report. And I don't have a real long, lengthy report for you. We did finalize now here in this last week or so memorandum, the MOU with the library board. And basically what it does is it goes through and it sums up exactly what the county does for the library board. Because unbeknownst to most of us, when the county gives the library board any money or their budget or a building or anything, it's theirs. It's no longer, they have sole control over it. It's really not county property anymore. And with that, I'll quit so I don't get in trouble with the judge.
Oh, no, you're not going to get in trouble.
Nope, you might as well.
Then I'm going to be swearing someone in today.
Yes, sir, you are.
Well, who am I going to be swearing? Why don't they come
Steve
forward?
Natsky right there.
Well, Mr. Nasky wanted to come forward. Let's do it up here.
And that's a good sign that you don't recognize him.
There we go. There we go. Do we have the board? Right here. Right here.
Yep, I got it here.
Thank you.
Need a pen?
Oh, I have a pen.
Okay.
If I may, I think we need to appoint him first,
Oh, okay.
though.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay. With that, then, we will move back to number 5, to appoint Steve Natsky to represent District 23. And a quick rundown on Steve is for work experience. He managed a private sector trucking company for 25 years, and that will be milk trucking business they were in. He worked for the highway department for 22 years and recently retired. And for other various activities, Tigerton Ambulance and EMT for 15 years, Tigerton Fire Department for 15 years, 5 years as the assistant chief, on the village board as a trustee for 6 years for Tigerton, current treasurer of the Lions Club, and current president of Peace Lutheran Church. So I think he's got good enough references that he's a good candidate to sign up. So with that, is there a motion to approve? Motion by Jerry Erdman, seconded by Kevin Conrad. With, anybody want to make any comments? I didn't think so. Okay. With that then, if you are in favor of appointing Steve, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. Okay. 22 yes, 0 no. 1 abstain, and the 1 abstention is because we already got your name in the computer system, so you have to abstain. Otherwise, you would end up seeing the judge probably then eventually.
I think we're
Okay.
going to have a swear in then.
Let her fly.
Will we stand this way so we can see you? Mr. Nasky, why don't you raise your right hand? Please repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Stephen Natsky,
Who have been elected to the office or appointed to the office of County Board of Supervisors,
who has been appointed to the office of County Supervisor,
District 23,
District 23,
in and for the County of Shawano,
and for the County of Shawano,
in said county,
in said county,
not yet have entered upon the duties thereof,
not yet have entered
I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
and will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, you may put your hand down. Congratulations.
Here, you can get a card ready.
Oh, thank you.
Notice I signed it beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tom, Mr. Nasty,
Let's get
Mr.
one
Nasty.
picture. We'll put it on a fancy website.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Paparazzi already following.
Mr. Nasty, I'm gonna have you sign this here.
Yep, we got signed it.
Right over here. There you go.
Okay, then I will go back to the chairman's report and we will move along. But basically that MOU was done because there is some, in the state statutes, there's a lot of things that says the library board can do this and can do that, and they're in charge of this and they're in charge of that. But if they wanted help from the county with like personnel issues and a bunch of other items that we do for them, maintenance, janitorial services and things like that, that I thought it was best that we have a MOU so that outlines in detail what the county is going to do for them, for the library board, and that them items are going to be handled strictly by county policy, not by, today we would like to do this a little bit different this way. It's got to be to match the county policies. That way, the files are all kept here, say for personnel records. Otherwise, they would have to, they should really start their own. When they do interviews, they should have somebody there from our human resource department, because nowadays you can only ask certain things and sometimes only certain ways you can ask them. And they're giving up a little bit of their authority, but it kind of cements of who does what, put it that way, and establishes that. And it was approved by the executive committee this last time around, and then it was approved by the library board. I didn't put it on the agenda for today because the library board hadn't met yet when I had to establish the agenda, and I didn't think it was nothing that important. So we put an effective date on it of March 1st, and we'll run her through in front of the county board next month. The other item that I have is I got an email the other day, and I didn't forward it yet to, they want one specific person to be the contact. And I got stuck with that from being the county board chair, is like with these opioid settlements. And I didn't forward it, I believe, to Jimmy or Carrie or Lorenda yet, but I will. They started another round now. The first round, we've gotten roughly, well, we didn't. In total, the manufacturers settled for about $26 billion in the United States. And that's in the works, and we even received a few payments from that already as it is. But they're starting another round now, and we have to decide by the end of March of this year if we want to join in the lawsuit or not. I wouldn't know why we wouldn't, because they're thinking this time that they might get up to 20 billion again, but not from the manufacturers. This time it would be from CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Tavea, and Allergan, and maybe a few other ones of the, like in a distribution chain for anything they may have did wrong. So we'll take that up at executive, but if anybody here thinks that we shouldn't sign up, let me know in the meantime. Otherwise, we'll just run her through, and so we got something formal for next month and approve it, and then Lorenda can start into the process with them. If there is a process, or they don't know yet, it's all up in the air, but that is coming forward. Actually, I guess that is about all that I had. Besides, we'll take a minute, if you would like to, At executive committee, we kind of got handed, I don't know how to really say it. Grant can come up if anybody would like to answer any questions on it. We had to decide, because the state came back, what I told everybody last month about the 3 projects. Well, the state sent Grant a notice that he has to accept them by February 3rd. So that doesn't give us time anymore, and this came later either. We have to tell them yes or no that we're gonna do the projects by February 3rd. And we had it in time for the executive committee, and I was gonna put it down as possibly borrowing the 1.1 million for like a 10-year note. But the rest of the executive committee wanted to wait and go like what Jimmy and Carrie said. There's a lot of things we can look at, because Grant doesn't think that we're gonna really need any of that money till sometime this fall. But they wanna get going, they wanna start the engineering, I imagine, and advertising, and the state wants some kind of word. And we told Grant to go ahead and sign the agreements. And we're really sticking our neck out, the executive committee is, and I am too, because we don't have the funding guaranteed from the rest of yous. But I thought it would be fair to go ahead and take it on, because we're never gonna get the funding like that again. When we can put out 1.1 roughly million, and the total cost was around 5.5, you can't hardly turn that down. So with that in mind, if we come with a resolution, it may not be next month, it may be in a month or two, so once we can see how much money is left from last year when the audit is done, we may want to use just some of the money from last year. We may want to take a portion out of the general fund. There's a lot of different ways. But what I would like to see, by a show of hands, does the majority of the board think that Grant should sign the agreements, and then we'll work on the funding later? Yes or no? Okay, I think that's kind of a definite yes. I don't see one no. Unless it was Joe, I don't know. He's quick though. He's quick though. Okay. All right, so that is what's happening with that. And I said you guys would be seeing something in the future. Trust me, I didn't think it was gonna be that fast. Not even close. I thought it would be a slower pace than that. But I would imagine they wanna get a few projects going right away as soon as they can, so they can show that money being spent and things are happening. So that is about all I would have. Then we will move on from the chairman's report to item number 7, the consent agenda. And the items on the consent agenda for this month would be approval of the minutes from the December meeting. If somebody would like one of these items taken off, just let me know when I read it. Approval of the minutes from the December meeting. Acceptance of December to January committee minutes. And then we have special orders or appointments. Joan, I butcher this, Kostovely for the town of Grant, and Terry Easker for the town of Wittenberg as emergency fire wardens. John Stensky, reappoint to the Housing Authority for a new term to expire on 11/30 of '27. Marcia Hafes, reappoint to the Library Board, new term to expire 1/31/2026. And Tess kind of thought she had her hands full, so she asked me to take her off from ITBEC, and I signed up Jim Shabilsky to take that committee assignment. So is there any of them that should be removed for independent or their own discussion? Okay. Seeing none then, if there are no questions, I guess, with the consent agenda. If you are in favor of the consent agenda, you would vote yes. Oh, excuse me, motion by Milt, seconded by Rick Giese. Now, if you're in favor of the consent agenda approving it, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. (23) yes, 0 no, no abstentions. with 4 absent, but we are back to 27 now. Item number 8, reading of petitions, memorials, communications. Kara? We actually have one this time.
We have a Christmas card from Mary Crawford and the Shawano Area Food Center, which reads, "Warmest wishes for peace and happiness this holiday season. Thank you for the continued support of our mission in helping to fight food insecurity in Shawano County."
Okay. Item number 9, resolution number 1-23. Kara?
Resolution number 1-23, thanking Todd Boveen for his 29 years of service to the residents of Shawano County. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in this 25th day of January 2023 that the County of Shawano hereby extends official thanks and best wishes to Todd Boveen for 29 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Shawano County. This was submitted by the Highways and Parks Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Kevin Conrad, seconded by Steve Geetz. Grant, would you like to come up, or? He looks pretty young to retire. Couldn't you keep him a few more years?
I tried keeping him a few more years, but first off, I just wanted to extend a congratulations to Todd. Todd brought a wealth of knowledge and a great work ethic to the highway department on a daily basis. Todd brought everything to the table. He worked his way through the ranks, everything from truck driver. He's got a mechanic, schooling and mechanic background, stockroom clerk, as well as finish up as our patrol superintendent. One of our supervisors at the highway department. So we were very fortunate to have him. Like I said, tried to get him for a couple more years, but couldn't convince him to stay. But just want to wish him the best,
Right.
and thank you, Todd.
Yep, thanks, Grant.
Would you like to say anything, Todd, or?
I guess I'd like to thank Shawano County and what they provided for me and all those years of helping me out. And without Shawano County, I wouldn't be standing here right now, being able to retire at the age I am right now, so.
You can still take it back.
No, but, yeah, I really appreciated Shawano County keeping me, and having me for this long time, I guess. So, yeah, thank you.
No, thank you. Well, I guess we got to make it official then. If you are in favor of thanking Todd, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 0 no, with 4 absent. Moving on. Item number 10, resolution number 2-23.
To cancel expired checks issued by Shawano County. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 25th day of January 2023 that said check set forth on the attached check cancellation list totaling $888.80 shall be canceled, and the fund shall revert to the fund balance of the originating fund. This was submitted by the Executive Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Bill Swatala, seconded by Kathy Lupke. Is there any questions or comments? This is a standard thing that we do once a year for ones that have just been laying there, and for some other reason, we don't know why they lost them, don't come in looking for another check. And I believe they still could come back, right, Carrie? If they would, and get another check, but this just takes it off the books. Okay. Well, seeing if there are any questions, seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution 2-23, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 0 no, with 4 absent, so the resolution is passed. Item number 11, resolution number 3-23. Kara?
to request the state of Wisconsin to review and revise the entry-level compensation rate for assistant district attorneys. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 25th day of January 2023, does hereby request to review and revise the entry-level compensation rate for assistant district attorneys in order to remain competitive with similar positions in the district attorney offices around the country, other public sector attorney positions, and the private sector, as well as to keep up with the rate of inflation. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be sent to Governor Tony Evers, all members of the Wisconsin State Legislature representing Shawano County, the Wisconsin Counties Association, and all other Wisconsin counties, submitted by the Public Safety Committee.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Mike Stopecki, seconded by Terry Tipton. Are there any questions or comments? This is kind of one of these standard resolutions that comes out to where we're trying to gain a little attention in Madison that they should be increasing the pay for the district attorneys and the assistants, because there's a shortage as it is, and they're not paid too well, not for what they could get in the private sector. So if you are in favor then of the resolution and forwarding it to the state, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 0 no, with 4 absent, so the resolution is passed. Item number 12, resolution number 423. Kara?
To approve the agreement between Shawano and Menominee County relating to prorating expenditures for the Joint Circuit Court. Now therefore be it resolved by the Shawano County Board of Supervisors in session this 25th day of January 2023 that the Shawano County Board of Supervisors approves the updated and amended agreement as attached between Shawano and Menominee County relating to prorating expenditures for the Joint Circuit Court. Be it further resolved that the Shawano County Board of Supervisors directs that the appropriate county officials sign onto the necessary documentation to effectuate the agreement.
Is
Submitted
it-
by Public Safety Committee.
Excuse me. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Terry Tipton, seconded by Randy Young. Tess, do you want to have a little say on what this is, or? Okay.
Oh, this was an agreement that involved the courts with the district attorney's office, register and probate, the family court commissioner, and then branch 1 and branch 2. It was initially approved in 2008 and set up on a renewing agreement every 2 years, and had never been looked at until a couple of years ago. And we had started the process. One of the changes I wanted to make is it used to be based off of percent of expenses that we had. We changed it now to increase it, but also a flat rate that would increase every year, that we would get together with Menominee County to negotiate what a fair increase was, so it doesn't fall behind like it was and go 20 years without, or 15 years without being reviewed. Last year, roughly the expenses were around $27,000. With the increases, it would be a total increase for the budgets of $50,000, or the total, not an increase, it'd be a $25,000 increase roughly.
And I guess too, just to add that this isn't expenses for the county, it's for Menominee County specifically, that they're paying to essentially offset what they utilize in the court system here. So we're not paying anything, Menominee County's paying into essentially the budget for the circuit court system here.
Okay. Any questions? Comments? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of resolution number 4-23, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 0 no, with 4 absent, so the resolution has passed. Okay. Item number 13, under annual reports, I don't know what he looks like. Are you Scott back there? Come on up, Scott. You can give us the annual report on the Egg Society and the fairgrounds, and he's Dale's replacement.
I got some big shoes to fill. I'm Scott Breitrick, and I know probably half of you. Just wanted to give you an update, how the races went, how the fair went, stuff like that. So, we had 6 rainouts this year, which cost us a lot. We had some new sponsors on the boards and stuff. On the backtrack, we put up 2 more boards. And attendance at the races this year was right around 70,000 people. So, and that's a good thing. The fair, we had a few new sponsors for that, and we're hoping to get them back this year. We received a $200,000 grant from the Badger Bounce Back. Probably most of you have seen that we put up a new bingo building. It's just about totally done. They gotta put garage door openers in yet, and they gotta replace a door, and they gotta put 2 chalupas on top, so. And then the rest of the money for that, we're probably gonna stick into the lights on the racetrack. And I know we're looking at a new water truck, or a different water truck. So we probably will have to stick some money into that. We purchased new radios and headsets for the workers at the races instead of renting them. We put a new door in the office building. We straightened out the power poles and fixed the chain line fence along Fairview. There was places that was probably that high off, and we'd have kids crawling through there and stuff, so. That one night, I know Austin chased the guy out, and he never did catch him because he got underneath the fence, so. And then, we got Shawano Ambulance this year for the race season, so we got that done already. We removed 3 ash trees, and then we removed 1 ash tree for the bingo building, and we're gonna put new maple trees in. And, the main bathrooms, we painted them. We fixed the end of the horse barn. I don't know if anybody gets out there, you'll see 1 horse barn is gone. So we got the plans for that, and we're gonna put that out to bid here probably next week. So, the Dirt Kings are coming 2 times this year, so that's always a good draw for us. And then entertainment, we got all booked for this year already, and we're starting to book for 24 already, so we're trying to get, so we don't have to sit and compete against everybody else. And then we had a 2-day demolition derby this year, which I guess went pretty good, so, and I think we're probably gonna stick with it now, just because I know a lot of people would like to see the trailer races, but we can't find a place to get rid of the garbage. Cause the county, they don't wanna take it, cause it's a lot of crap. So.
You still got wheels on them?
No, we try to sort all the iron out,
Oh.
but they bring trailers and boats and all this stuff, well, then you put it in these dumpsters, and then they take it to the landfill and dump it out, and then they gotta reload it, and.
Well, this ain't the right answer, but you could sneak it out onto the road, and then the sheriff's department has to deal with it.
So, if anybody's got any questions, I've been on the board probably 12, 13 years now. I know Dale asked me to come on, and I've been kind of working with him for the last couple of years. He was supposed to go 2 more years, so I wasn't planning this quick. So, but if anybody's got any questions, we get the horse barn up. I'd like to see if we could get you guys to come and take a look at the bingo building and the horse barn once we get it done. I want to try to do it by July 15th. I'd like to see it built at least. We might not have all the wiring done, but at least, because that's the deadline I'm trying to set for. So, because then where Dant will have electric and then horse stalls. Bert Huntington donated $80,000 to us for new horse stalls. So, and that's, if anybody sees Bert, it'd be nice to say a thank you to him.
Okay.
I know he won't be back until the 1st of May, but if anybody's got any questions?
Gary?
Yeah, Scott, what was like the fair attendance?
I think it was right around 50,000.
Because at least we don't really get a good, all you do is, you don't know exactly what people that buy a season ticket, you don't know how many times they come. So that's a ballpark. I mean, because there's not a really good way to count every day, but, I mean, if anybody was there on Sunday, I mean, you know how busy it was. And our auction, I mean, our auction did, last year we did 506,000 in the live animal auction. And this year we did 756,000 in 3 hours. So there's a lot of people in the community that are buying and spending money on animals.
Good.
So, I mean, and I talked to, we were just at the fair convention, and I talked to like Rock County, which has more than twice the animals that we have. And I think their auction only brought in 600,000. So we had 138 animals, and we did 756,000.
Pretty high-priced beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Any other questions, anybody? Okay, seeing none then, thank you very much.
okay, thank you.
Report by the Executive Committee on General Accounts. Kara? No, annual reports just, usually normally they just get placed on file. 14, general accounts.
December general accounts to be paid are $628,091.89.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Devin Crejon, seconded by Kathy Lubke. Is there any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, then if you are in favor of paying the bills, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. 23 yes, 0 no, with 4 absent. So we will be paying the bills. Board member comments on new business to be considered at a future meeting. I just thought of one thing that I missed. I'll say it real quick too here. If nobody has no problem with it, I was gonna put Steve on the same committees that the last individual that had that seat was on. That way it don't switch anything around for anybody. It just fills them 2 spots up. So, Joe Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I was asked to address a dispatch issue regarding EMS. A recent SRT call over here, I believe by Cecil, where 2 EMS units, I believe, maybe Washington and Bondwell were called out. Previously, on the western end of the county, on an SRT call, an EMS were not called out. So there was some inconsistency there when our people asked why they weren't called out. They were says, well, we don't do that. So there was an inconsistency there that if somebody could please contact EMS people out on Stockbridge, and I don't know if it's a dispatch issue at the Sheriff's Department, I believe it may be. So I just reiterate as to is there consistency, because the EMS people are first responders. It's my understanding that there are cold zones, warm zones, and hot zones. And on an SRT situation, what if law enforcement officers are hurt or injured and they have no EMS standing by? So that's a concern they had. I just wanted to pass that on if somebody.
I'll get with the sheriff on that, Joe, and then I'll also get with the Public Safety Committee on that, and then we'll get back to you, obviously, as well.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Anyone else have anything to add? Okay, seeing none then. Claim report for County Board Supervisors mileage, Kara?
For today's meeting, we have a claim report of $2,195.30. That is for the 23 present.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Kevin Conrad, seconded by Jeremy Gretzinger. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, then if you are in favor of getting paid for today's meeting, you would vote yes. If not, you would vote no. Oh, Bill's back monkeying with his tablet already. 23 yes, 0 no with 4 absent. So you will get paid for the meeting. The next meeting date is February 22nd, 2023 at 3 o'clock as usual. And we are up to item 18, adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Tess, seconded by Joel. Once again by acclamation, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.